Number 5. This isn't a gentle good morning, published on YouTube by C4Cat in March of 2018. This is what happens when an early bird of a ghost is angry that you're not up yet. The video shows a man asleep in bed as the window curtain's blows, at the times pushing the entire curtain to the side. The young man at first remains undisturbed by this. At one point when the curtain was brushed over, you can see something white appear behind the bars of the window, then an obscure flash of white possess close to the camera. Shortly after, there's a slow disturbance in the man's blanket, part of it lifts until the entire blanket blows up. It's then ripped off of him by an unseen force, like a bucket of cold water. This is one alarm clock you wouldn't want to wake up. Number 4. These two unidentified flying object sightings are eerily similar, posted on Reddit u/Gamerskin. These two sightings from Miami and Beijing are comparative. The first appeared in Beijing on 3rd of February 1995. The unidentified flying object hovers as an illuminated yellow disc in the evening sky. After a while it starts to glide slowly overhead. Gamerskin posts a second video in the comments, one which looks similar to the first but was captured on 20th of October 1995. This unidentified flying object was spotted along a freeway. The driver pulled over to capture it hovering near an apartment complex and then over Miami Airport. Gamerskin suggests that today unidentified flying objects aren't seen as often for a reason. His theory? They have become more cautious, and further said they seem to be extremely aware of us observing them, and above all they don't want to be compromised. What do you think? It makes sense to me, and these two sightings are certainly quite similar. Number 3. How would you feel if your security camera caught this? Posted to the r/ghost subreddit by u/relevant hole 5903, this footage of a woman in white was caught on camera in the dark of night. It shows a ghostly figure in white crossing the grounds outside of a gated building with barbed wire fixed on the top. The stranger walks slowly in her flowing dress until she leaves the camera's sight. Some are suggesting that this is a classic walk of shame, while others think the Redditor lives next to some shady stuff. But some are sure it's the legendary La Llorona. If it is, stay clear of water, because the legend goes that she would take your life in the water. Redditor Blue Forever 67 writes that this is one of those instances where I think, what if we see ghosts all the time but they're so vivid that we just think that they're normal people? I have to agree with that statement. My mind has been blown by this footage. Number 2. A home security camera caught this scary sight in Corvina, posted by Ruby Gonzalez in December of 2018. Ruby writes that two individuals tries to enter a home. One knocked on the door and called out the resident's first name several times. The family was home at the time. You can see one of the men approach with his hood up and wearing a mask covering his face and wearing a blue backpack. He knocks on the door, waiting with his head down, likely aware where the security cameras was located. The second person also approaches, dressed in similar fashion. He was carrying a crowbar. They continue knocking on the door several times, alerting the small dog inside. When a car passes by, they both turn, make sure that there was no witnesses. He knocks several times more, this time saying "come on bro," but the second person eventually taps him on the arm, indicating it was time to give it up and leave, which thankfully they do. Whatever they came for, they left empty-handed. Number 1. You don't want this guy popping up in your next selfie. Posted to the r/ghost subreddit, u/Princess Lena 87 explains that there was no one else in the room when this video was recorded, except apparently this insane red face who popped up behind them. The clip shows two friends recording a selfie video, laughing and having fun. As the video pans right, nothing is behind them. But when it pans left again, a slimy red figure appears over their shoulders. Lena shares this screenshot in the comments. While some think it's Snape, others suggest something not from a Harry Potter book and rather an entity that is quite nefarious. Redditor Analytical Amy writes it may just be some freakish weirdness, but was there ever a fire close by or in that house over the years? Later saying that it looks like someone who was in the home during something like this. Whether you think this is the case or not, One piece of advice, don't turn around. I believe this video is 100% real and that only makes it all more scarier.